Hey, it's Katie, and welcome back to my booktube channel. Today, I will be reacting to episodes 3 and 4 of the new Shadow and Bone series on Netflix. And I did react to episodes 1 and 2, and I am also wearing the same clothes as in that video because I'm trying to binge as much of this series as possible. But I'm really excited to be doing these reactions for you guys, and also there will be spoilers, obviously, because I will have, on the side, I will try to have clips of the show here as I'm reacting, and also it's hard not to have spoilers when you're reacting to something. So, proceed with caution, but I'm so excited. I'm loving it so far. It's amazing, and I am excited to get back into it. I will be doing the rest of the series as well, so stay tuned for that. But I am going to get this all set up, and then we can start episode 3 together. Okay, here we go. I can't stop smiling while I'm watching this show. I love that each little intro is different. And this one has crows, which love the Six of Crows characters in here. I'm obsessed. Oh, those were antlers. I thought it was a tree. Oops. Wow. That is gorgeous. And I didn't know she had little dreams about it before.
I don't know where this letter will find you.
She's a lot younger than I pictured in the book, but I feel like I always knew she was younger than I imagined. And for some reason, I always imagined her to be older, and I'm not quite sure why, but I love her. This is great. I love recognizing so many characters.
I didn't hire you simply to get us across the fault. You're with us because you smuggled Grisha out of the little palace.
I feel like I need to have the books with me and look at the maps, because it keeps popping up and saying, West Ravka, Ketterdam, whatever part of this world that they're in, but I can't picture it in my head. So I feel like I should go get one of the books and look at the map, because it keeps saying different cities and I'm a little bit confused. Obviously I could tell they're in different parts of the world, but that's about all I got right now.
Please show him to my room.
It'll be my pleasure.
Nina is great. I, again, feel like I pictured her features. Oh, I said that in the other episode. I keep saying again, Hopefully you watched the first one before you came here. But kind of similar to Zoya, I feel like her features are a lot more feminine than I pictured, but also in this regard it makes sense because Nina is this gorgeous girl who can kind of make men do her bidding, I feel like, in a certain way. So it makes sense, but I love that she's badass in her own way because she has these powers and can make people do whatever she wants, and that's great because she looks so harmless and adorable, but she can kick some butt, and I'm excited to see it. I keep thinking I'm gonna know what's happening in this show because I read the books, but they've changed a good amount, and so it's still leaving me in suspense, which I honestly kind of like that. It is pretty cool how he can make the shadows just appear and darkness happen. It honestly looks really cool in the show. Again, I was hoping that it did not look super cringy and weird, and I'm glad that it doesn't. The way that they look at each other is adorable. There's so much when they look at each other, but I still don't know if I ship them. If you didn't watch the first reaction video that I did, I was talking about how I don't know how I feel about the Darkling. My feelings toward him, it was like a roller coaster throughout the series. I was rooting for him and I loved him as a love interest for Alina, and then it was he would do something really terrible and I hated him, and I still have mixed feelings. I still am confused about how I feel about him. I think he's an amazing character, so complex and so many different sides to him, but I don't know how I feel, and the show makes me want to root for him as a love interest, but then it's I don't know. In the books, they didn't really have one clear person I wanted to be with Alina. I didn't want it to be Mal, so sorry if you're team Mal, but I never was. I liked their friendship, but I never really saw anything more than that. I didn't really see any chemistry between them. I saw a lot of chemistry with her and the Darkling, but I saw even more chemistry between her and Nikolai, who I'm hoping we see at some point during this series, because he's probably one of my favorite characters, if not my favorite character in the Shadow and Bone trilogy. So that's my stance on that. So if you could let me know who you ship Alina with in the comments, that would be great, because I love hearing people's opinions. But yeah, it's hard to not ship the Darkling with Alina when you see the way that they look at each other.
You stay with the orphanage. Half-breeds. You truly are one of a kind. The entire country
I mean,
is going
I
to
knew
be-
Zoya like said things like that, but rude, first of all. Everybody else was like making her feel welcome, and then she had to go and say that. Like, why? Let her have her moment. My goodness. At least she has Jenya as a friend, because she seems really sweet. Hey, it's a goat. How did Kaz get a goat? Did he just go buy it from a market? Like, watching him carry this little goat is hilarious. Sometimes Kaz can be like really cruel. Like, I know he's probably just trying to help her and like keep her alive and like all that stuff, but he can be really mean sometimes. But I still like him. I'm a mess. It's fine. The Shadow Fold is so scary. Like, I would not even want to see it in real life. Like, I feel like just getting close to it would be messed up.
So is the Sun Summoner. And yet, here I am.
It's really interesting that she's been having dreams about the stag, because from what I remember, I didn't think that she knew about it until after the Darkling told her. So that's really interesting. There's been a lot of changes, and I'm not really sure if the people who produced this show were talking to Lee Bardugo when they decided to make these changes and everything. I'm not really sure. I know like a lot of adaptations talk with the author so that, you know, it does the books justice, and I feel like this probably was the case here, because it's still really well done, even though there were some things that have been changing, and they did take the liberty to, you know, shift some things around, but I still really like it. I'm curious to see what other people think of it, because I feel like there's going to be a group of people that don't really like it because so many things are a little bit different. But I've really been loving it so far. But I've also been known to be able to like separate the show or the movie from the books. So it's never going to be exactly like the books. And I feel like sometimes it's hard to like let go of. So we'll see.
Isn't that lovely, Alberta?
He's just so creepy. Like when Jenya described him as like a rat, that describes him perfectly. Like if he was an animal, he would 1000% be a rat. He freaks me out. He like, ugh, I don't know. I hated him in the books. Like he is just a messed up character. I get he was important in the books. Like he played an important role in the plot, but I could have done without seeing him in the show. Like I don't like it. I think the guy who was cast as him was the perfect casting, because he freaks me out. Like he gives off the right creepy vibes, and I'm not here for it. Not at all. I'm really excited to see what Bagra looks like, because I feel like I have a very clear picture of her in my mind. So I'm excited to see her. Oh, that's like a creepy little area. Not what I pictured for the room where they first met, but definitely fits the vibe.
Let's have a look at you.
She gives off perfect Bagra vibes. Definitely.
A Sun Summoner.
I love that Bagra just seems like this like cranky old lady, but like her training, it ends up paying off. It just
should be grateful.
makes me laugh.
The clothes, the food.
Hi.
She has somebody like tasting her food to make sure it's not like poisoned or something. I love that he was like, delicious, you'll enjoy your meal if I survive. Like, how do you get that job though of like tasting people's food to make sure it's not poisoned? Like that'd be scary. That caught me off guard. I didn't expect to laugh, but I feel like we needed that because the show has been really intense.
Think it's safe.
It's not bait, it's for you. I need you to calm down. Let the go. Shut the hell up.
I thought they were gonna sacrifice the goat, but he's like, hug the goat and shut the hell up.
Outside.
As much as I don't ship Mal and Alina together romantically, that's honestly really sweet that they think of each other as home. And I do kind of want them to find each other, just, you know, at least to help each other out. I feel like they're a good team. I just, you know, don't want them to like make out or anything, personally. But anyway, that is the end of my reaction to episode 3. So I will take a little bit of a break, and then in the same video, I will do episode 4. All right, so I just had a snack, got crumbs everywhere, but we're good. I am ready for episode 4. I am so excited, and I might take a break after this one because all I've done today is watch this show, so I need to do something a little bit more productive before I watch more of it. I'll probably go edit a video, but yeah, let's start episode 4. I'm so invested. Oh no, Netflix, what happened? It says we're having trouble with your request. Is it because there's too many people watching the show? Because that seems accurate. Oh, it's loading. Please work. I'm gonna go through withdraw if this doesn't load. I mean, my Wi-Fi has been kind of acting up recently, so I don't know if maybe that's why it's not loading. But it's kind of hurting me. Like, I really need to watch more. Well, I guess we'll just sit here till it starts playing because I am invested. I'm gonna try to get out of Netflix and go back in because I really need to watch. It's making me sad that it's not loading. Okay, it loaded. Thank goodness. I was worried. Okay, let's see what this one is. Ooh. Kind of like the second one, ooh, except there's fire. I love that each little title screen is different. That makes me so happy. It's just the little things, you know? Little details.
Please, go meet Alexander.
I feel like that was very anticlimactic when we find out his real name. Because I feel like in the books it was like an emotional moment. At least for me, it seemed really emotional and like kind of desperate. And I don't know, it just meant a lot more in the book. So I'm kind of sad that he just like threw it out there like that, like it meant nothing. Like, I'm sure it still means something to her, but it definitely doesn't mean as much to me. So that is like the first thing that I've noticed that I'm a little disappointed with. All the other changes I kind of enjoyed, but this one makes me a little sad. So hopefully we get a little bit more meaningful things later on between them, because that was not it for me.
I leave you a bullet to remember me.
I love that Jesper is like attached to this goat now. That's adorable.
I leave you in
Watchmen are on guard around the clock. We want to get in and get out as quietly as possible.
Sometimes his like resting face that's supposed to be like intimidating makes me laugh. But I love Kaz.
In edge the dome.
That's not good. Did Jesper not do his job properly? Oh, Inej. I didn't expect that to be so funny, that she's like staying hidden behind his back. That's so funny to me. That's good timing. I was wondering how he's gonna do that without alerting the guards, but he did it while the bell was chiming. That's perfect. Oh, I love them. They're so smart. I feel like Kaz trusts Inej a lot. I mean, they all trust each other, but she's almost killed him a few times, and he doesn't even flinch. I don't know why, but it reminds me of the forest where we first meet Feyre and Akatar. That's another adaptation I'm excited for. Really scared for that one. But if you guys enjoy my reactions to this, I will definitely do a reaction to that when it comes out. But, I mean, as long as it comes out on a platform that I have, that would suck if it didn't. But I'm really nervous for that one because nobody is good enough to play Rhys, at least in my mind. So That makes me nervous. And also the fact that he's not in the first book at all. If he's not in the whole first season of that show, I'm going to be really sad. That has nothing to do with this. I was just thinking about it. But since they changed it so much for this show and it's still going really well, hopefully they change it enough that we get a lot of Rhys and Akatar. That's the only other adaptation I really care about. So stay tuned for that. I probably won't be for another few years, but I'll do a reaction to that too.
Goodbye.
Finally, more of Nina and Matthias. Oh my goodness. I hope he stops being a jerk. Or I hope Nina finds a way to escape.
I brought you food.
It's likely poison.
I'll keep eating it if you prefer.
All right. So not poisoned. But I'm a fool. You want something from me?
Our witch is so used to deceit, they can't accept her manners.
Manners. You talk of manners when you've me in chains starving.
I'm trying to feed you.
Why?
All right. I do want something from you. Answers. Are your parents also Grisha?
Are your parents also slavers?
Were you born a witch or was that by choice?
Were you born a prick, or was it a choice? What did they teach you? Aside from the fact that they were evil and should be burned at the stake.
That you kill us. Every
Matthias is like, I don't like his personality right now, but I like that every time Nina throws some sass back at him, he kind of looks at her like, okay. Like, it's definitely a good, like, enemies to lovers vibe, but, like, I really didn't like him that much in the book. I liked him more once him and Nina kind of made some progress in their relationship, but I know so many people love him, and I did love him as a character. Like, I loved all of the crows, but he was probably my least favorite, which I feel horrible saying, but I didn't really like him too much. But I'm really hoping he has a lot more development in here, and maybe watching the show will give me like a new appreciation for him, because so far I've kind of appreciated the way he was looking at her. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. I don't know about you guys, but I saw a lot of tension between Kaz and Inej. I just want them to make out. I don't know if that's too much to ask. I mean, not for a while, because then that's too quick of enemies to lovers, but wow. Inej is majestic. I want to see Kaz's reaction to her. Because Jesper looks like he's so proud of her. Wow. That's a lot of trust that she's willing to hang upside down with him shooting blind, basically. That's insane. I would never. That's where the scar came from. I was hoping we'd find that out. Also, like I said, as much as I don't want Mal as a love interest, I really do love their bond. They have such a deep bond that you really can't find anywhere else. Like, they went through a ton of stuff together.
I was just doing whatever I could to not be separated from Mal. I'm trying.
How many more Ravkin children need to be orphaned to this war because you are afraid to face the truth?
It's a messed up thing to say to her. My gosh, Bagra's cruel. Effective, but cruel. See, I kind of really do ship it. Maybe I'm just in denial. And I don't want to ship them together, but I do, because he has so much darkness inside of him. And she just tries to comfort him.
waiting a long time for you.
See, but then that sounded a little creepy. So, I don't really know.
Sorry. I think this sounds right. So?
Maybe that's the turning point. Maybe Matthias will realize that they're not that great.
Erase it.
Wow. Oh my god, that's horrible. Malice kind of badass though, I'm not gonna lie. He seems way cooler in the show than he did in the books. It's really sad that his friends are dead though. The show's gonna make me cry and I'm not even that invested in those other characters. I feel like that's a good shot. I feel like the stag needs to be some kind of fan art or something. I'd totally hang that up on the wall. Aww. What a way to end the episode. I want to binge the rest of the series, but I really need to take a break and do something else with my life, like maybe eat lunch. Haven't really eaten much today. I just woke up and I was like, yep, I'm gonna watch because I love it. It's so good. As you can tell from my reactions, I'm really enjoying this show. I'm surprised they've changed so much, and I'm also surprised I've noticed a lot of the changes. Overall, I think they're great changes, and I really like the timing of everything. I like that they set it up so we get to know the crows as well as the people from Shadow and Bone. I'm so excited we get all of our favorite characters, and I'm glad this is happening in a way where I think the part with the crows is before all the stuff you see in Six of Crows, which explains why we didn't see Wylan, and I don't think he's in this season. So maybe next season will be focused on the stuff we see in Six of Crows. I feel like that would be really cool, and hopefully we meet Wylan at some point. If not, it'll be a little bit sad, but like, I get it. But I'm really loving it. I love the characters. I love most of the changes, except for the one where he just kind of, the Darkling just kind of blurted out his name. Like, that was not a special moment. But it's great. All these actors are amazing. I don't think anything's been super cringy. I feel like sometimes I watch shows, and they don't have to be adaptations, just certain Netflix shows in general, and like, you see a moment that's supposed to be really meaningful, but it's just super cringy instead. And I'm glad it's not like that. I'm glad all of their powers look really, really cool instead of, again, being cringy and weird. I think that other people who haven't read the books, I think they would also really enjoy this show. They might be like a tiny bit confused with certain things, but I think it's really doing a great job. And I'm hoping all of you guys love it too. And yeah, I'm going to take a break, but I will also do reactions for the last 4 episodes, so stay tuned for that. Comment your favorite part of the series so far, or what you're thinking, because I would love to hear your thoughts. And please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more content like this, or just more bookish content in general. And if you do subscribe, please click the notification bell so you know when I upload next. Thank you guys so much for watching. I can't wait to see you in my next video.